The uninvited guest. It was a dark and stormy night when the Smith family heard a loud knock on their front door. They were surprised because they weren't expecting any visitors at that late night. Mrs. Smith cautiously approached the door and peered through the peephole, but saw nothing. She turned to her husband and children, who were huddled together in the living room, and shrugged. She then unlocked the door and opened it a crack. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew the door wide open, revealing a tall figure standing on their doorstep. The figure was wearing a long black cloak and a wide-brimmed hat that obscured their face. The Smiths couldn't see who it was, but they could feel their presence filling the room with an icy coldness. "May I come in?" said the figure in a low, raspy voice. The Smiths were hesitant, but they didn't want to be rude, so they reluctantly allowed the figure to enter their home. As soon as the figure stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them, causing the family to jump in fright. The figure walked silently through the house, their long cloak trailing behind them, and disappeared into the shadows. The Smiths were too afraid to follow, so they stayed huddled together in the living room, listening to the creaking floorboards and the howling wind outside. Suddenly, they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the upstairs. Mr. Smith bravely grabbed a flashlight and crept up the stairs, with his family close behind. When they reached the top of the stairs, they saw the figure standing at the end of the hallway, its back turned to them. Mr. Smith slowly approached the figure and shone the flashlight on its face. To his horror, he saw that it was not a person at all, but a skeleton wearing a black cloak and hat. The skeleton turned to face them, its empty eye sockets glowing red. The Smiths screamed in terror and tried to run back downstairs, but the door was locked from the outside. They were trapped in the house with the uninvited guest, who slowly advanced towards them with its bony fingers outstretched.